Welcome to the deep dive. When most of us picture a dolphin, we think grace, intelligence, maybe that friendly smile, right?
Absolutely. That image is practically ancient. The Greeks, the poet Opian, for instance, saw them as symbols of pure goodwill.
Goodwill and friendship, rescuing people, that whole idea.
Exactly. He even said harming one meant you couldn't approach the gods with clean hands. They were seen as truly special.
And that positive view, it's really stuck around for centuries. But today, we're diving into something, well, a bit different.
Yeah, the modern picture is a lot more complex.
Right.
Beneath that playful surface, dolphin life can be incredibly harsh.
You mentioned their worst enemy is often another dolphin.
That's often the case. They have these intricate social lives, sure, but they're also highly individualistic across all, 36 species.
Right.
And that sophistication, it allows for behaviors that, well, if we saw them in humans, we'd find them pretty disturbing.
So that's our mission today. Explore the skills that make them apex predators, but also the darker side, the calculated aggression, even their leisure time.
Exactly. Let's get into it. We all know they're smart hunters.
Yeah, the strategies are amazing, using sound to herd fish, creating mud clouds, even chasing them onto beaches. That's survival.
Right, hunting for necessity. But then there's this other evidence piling up. Dolphins maiming or killing, apparently just for sport.
Killing for sport. What does that look like?
Well, the clearest example involves bottlenose dolphins and harbor porpoises. The porpoises are much smaller.
Okay.
And scientists have seen bottlenose dolphins attacking and killing them repeatedly. The first question was, obviously, are they competing, for food?
Makes sense. So, are they fighting over the same fish?
Turns out, not really. Their diets don't overlap much at all.
Huh. So if it's not about food, then
Yeah.
why? That's weirdly aggressive.
It forces you to consider some less comfortable possibilities.
Yeah.
Is it practice? Are they honing their fighting skills on an easier target?
Practicing. Or could it be even simpler? Like they just enjoy it.
That's the other chilling theory. Maybe it's a form of leisure for them. Calculated violence just because they can.
Wow. And this idea of leisure, it doesn't stop with violence, does it? Porpoises aren't the only ones they interact with for, let's say, fun.
No, not at all. They seem to treat other creatures almost like living toys sometimes.
Like what?
Well, there are observations of them playing with the sea turtles, octopuses, and then there's the famous one, pufferfish.
Ah, yes, the pufferfish. Getting high on neurotoxins. How does that even work?
It's pretty incredible, really. The pufferfish releases this potent toxin when it's stressed. Deadly stuff, usually.
Right, it's a defense mechanism.
But somehow, dolphins have figured out how to, nudge it just enough, handle it carefully to get only a small dose.
And that small dose, what does it do?
Observers describe the dolphins entering this state sort of pleasantly blissed out.
Blissed out, okay. And is this a solo activity?
That's what's fascinating. No, it seems quite social. They've actually seen dolphins passing the pufferfish around, sharing it within the group.
Sharing the pufferfish. Wow, what happens after they partake?
Well, one observed behavior is really strange. The group, after getting high, would just sort of hang out near the surface, looking up at their own reflections.
Staring at their reflections. That suggests, well, something complex is going on there. Self-awareness, maybe? Combined with social drug use.
Exactly. It's a mix of ritual, recreation, and maybe even some kind of contemplation.
So they can be contemplative and recreational, but you mentioned earlier that things get intense when it comes to reproduction.
Oh, absolutely. Relaxed is not the word I'd use. Sex and aggression are often tightly linked in their world, especially with males.
How so? What kind of aggression are we talking about?
There's a specific strategy researchers call herding.
Herding?
Yeah. Couple of males, maybe 2 or 3, will basically corner a female. They'll isolate her, sometimes for weeks.
Isolate her against her will.
Often, yes. They essentially imprison her and coerce her into mating. It's about ensuring their genetic line continues. It's pretty brutal.
That sounds incredibly coercive, but the females haven't just accepted this.
No way. Evolution is arms race, right?
Yeah.
Female bottlenose dolphins have developed this incredible anatomical defense.
The defense? What kind?
Their vaginas. They're surprisingly complex, spiral-shaped, with lots of folds and, dead-end pockets.
Spiral-shaped, dead ends. How does that help?
Well, if a male is trying to force things, the female can actually shift her body position.
Okay.
And that angle change can cause the male's sperm to go into one of those dead ends, basically making him spill his seed in the wrong direction, as the researchers put it,
Wow, so she foils the unwanted attempt?
and can then swim off and choose a mate she actually wants. It's an amazing example of female counter-strategy built right into their anatomy.
That is truly incredible. But is all dolphin mating this fraught? Are there any gentler approaches?
There are. It's not all coercion and violence. For example, Australian humpback dolphins have a very different approach.
Oh, what do they do?
The males court females with quite elaborate displays. They sing, they do these sort of special dances,
Singing and dancing. Okay, that sounds more like the romantic image.
and they bring gifts. They've been seen carrying these huge sea sponges over to the females.
Giant sponges as gifts. What's the interpretation there? Is it genuinely a romantic gesture?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Interpreting animal behavior is tricky. Is he showing he's attentive? Maybe a good provider? Like a visual and auditory courtship display? Or is it just another form of showing off, demonstrating his strength by carrying this big, heavy object? Is it still fundamentally about dominance,
Yeah,
just packaged differently?
right. Even the seemingly nice gestures could have an undercurrent of coercion or display of power.
Exactly. It complicates the picture.
And speaking of aggression,
Yeah.
let's circle back to the violence. You mentioned the porpoise killings often happen during breeding season.
Yes, that timing is significant. That's when male testosterone levels are peaking. The aggression isn't just random. It seems linked to these reproductive drives.
And this aggression, sadly, it extends even further into their own family units.
Unfortunately, yes. Infanticide is a known strategy.
Infanticide. Males killing calves. Why?
It's a grim calculation. If a male encounters a female with a calf that isn't his, killing it brings the female back into estrus, makes her fertile again much faster,
So he removes the competition's offspring.
and creates a new opportunity for himself to mate with her and pass on his genes, usually within just a few months.
That's incredibly dark. Are there specific observations of this?
Yes, quite stark ones. There was a documented case in Scotland back in 2009. A male charged into a group with mothers and calves. He grabbed a newborn calf and violently tried to kill it. The mother and some other dolphins managed to intervene and save the baby, initially.
Oh, thank goodness. So the calf survived.
It survived the attack, yes, but it was found stranded on a beach about 8 months later.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it had severe spinal injuries, likely from that initial attack.
So the damage was done even though it wasn't killed outright.
Exactly. And what's really telling is that scientists think these kinds of aggressive encounters might explain why spinal problems are relatively common in that specific dolphin population. The male aggression has lasting physical consequences on the community.
It's a brutal cycle. And this male sexual aggression, it's not just towards other dolphins, is it?
No. Sadly, there are numerous reports, countless accounts, really, of male dolphins directing that sexual energy towards humans, trying to use people to scratch a biological itch, so to speak.
Towards humans. Can you give an example?
Probably the most famous recent case involved a dolphin named Safar. He lived off the coast of France.
Well, Zafar, what happened with him?
He was known for being unusually social with people, a lone male. But then he apparently went into heat,
Okay.
and he started becoming sexually aggressive towards swimmers, trying to rub against them, prevent them from leaving the water. It got serious.
Seriously aggressive.
Enough that the local authorities actually had to ban swimming in the area whenever he was around.
They banned swimming because of a dolphin's sexual harassment. That completely shatters the gentle flipper image, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It's a stark reminder that these are powerful wild animals with strong biological drives, not cuddly pets.
But amidst all this, aggression and coercion, isn't touch also important for bonding in their society?
Oh, hugely important, yes. They're very tactile creatures. They constantly touch flippers, brush against each other. It reinforces social bonds.
And does that include sexual touch?
It does. Sexual touching isn't solely for reproduction. It's also used to solidify relationships, even between dolphins of the same sex. It's part of their complex social glue.
So thinking back to Zafar, his behavior towards humans might have stemmed from something else, maybe his isolation.
That's a very plausible interpretation, yeah. Being a lone male, he was likely an outcast from dolphin society. He lacked that normal social structure, that constant physical contact and bonding,
He was seeking connection.
possibly desperately seeking it. Humans are very social, very present in that area. He might have turned to humans for the social and, yes, sexual contact he wasn't getting from his own kind.
Which, combined with his biological state, led to inappropriate and dangerous interactions.
Exactly. It highlights the importance of their social structure and what can happen when it breaks down for an individual.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. Incredible intelligence, complex hunting, but also killing for sport, social drug use, coercive mating, infanticide, even aggression towards humans. What's the big takeaway here?
I think the most crucial point, the one scientists really stress, is that we have to resist judging these behaviors by our own human moral standards.
Meaning, don't call it evil.
Right, or bad. For a dolphin, things like infanticide or herding aren't moral failings. They're evolutionarily driven strategies rooted in survival and reproduction, and frankly, aggressive individualism.
So, observe and analyze, but don't apply human ethics to a non-human animal.
Precisely. Understand the why from their biological and social context, not ours.
And maybe use it as a mirror.
That's the really profound part, I think. If we can look at dolphins, these incredibly smart creatures we tend to adore, and accept their capacity for these darker traits, violence, coercion, calculation, without needing to label it simplistically.
Then what does that say when we look at ourselves?
Exactly. It challenges us to examine our own complexities, our own mix of behaviors, perhaps with a bit more nuance and less moral hyperbole, acknowledging the shades of gray in nature, and maybe by extension, in ourselves.
A complex creature reflecting our own complexity. Definitely something to think about.
Indeed. The ocean holds some deep reflections.
Thank you for diving deep with us today. Definitely gives you something to mull over as you think about the wild world around us this week.